Well, hey there, everybody.
Yep.
Welcome back. It's another episode outside the cinema. Cinema.
That's fitting for what we're doing today.
Outside the cinema. Your weekly source for cult movie discussions. Your hosts, Bill and Chris.
Yep.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
What a week. What a week. What an episode. What do we have in store for you? This is a mishmash of a couple different Patreon picks.
Okay. You didn't pick these. All right. Good.
No. I didn't pick these. Funny, though, one of them we've actually covered. We had covered way back because it's technically a video nasty.
Oh.
Frozen Scream would be that film.
Okay.
And that's Matt's.
All right.
Just one of those kind of random ones that fell through the cracks. I don't have, all he wrote in the email was like, I don't know if you guys have ever talked about it, but I think it could make an interesting conversation or whatever he wrote.
Yeah, sounds good.
And then the other one, I think it's Donnie, but I can't find the email. I'm looking for it. I think it's one of those ones where I accidentally deleted it.
Oh.
Where I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, that looks good. And then I deleted it rather than file it. Luther the Geek.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is one that I'm kind of surprised we've never covered.
Yeah. Looking at it. Yeah.
Because it's a Trauma released, not Trauma produced, but they distribute, they did the distribution on it.
Okay.
But yeah, Frozen Scream, which is Matt's, and I believe Luther's is Donnie's. And I got a couple emails this weekend, so we'll have some more Patreon picks for the next couple of weeks, which is nice. Makes my life easy.
Yeah.
And makes Chris's life.
Yeah, it's just annoying, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, because it's not like I exactly pick winners all the time either. So
no, none of us do. None of us. The listeners, me, you, none of us.
None of us get that.
Hey,
deep
this
with
cover looks awesome. Yeah, but it's DEFCON 4. So, like, what are we gonna do?
You know, Devil Dynamite. Oh yeah, there's a chopper on the cover. And see one in the movie. Anyway, so if you like the show, if you're listening to the show right now and you're not supporting our Patreon, I would ask that if you like what we do and you appreciate it and you would like for it to be able to continue, you join the Patreon, patreon.com/outside the cinema. Money we generate there goes into our hosting fees, equipment fees. If something breaks, we can replace it. Whatever, our software that we use, Riverside, that's where all the money goes. It doesn't, there's no gold fund somewhere. We don't have 19 bricks of gold hidden underneath the floorboards or anything like that.
It's an interesting number you chose there.
Is it?
Almost like you have one fewer than that number.
Maybe. Could also just be a circumstance.
Yeah.
A happenstance, if you will. Spectopia Arts, anything going on over there right now that's of new note?
No, people really seem to love that Michigan Dogman one I've done. We sold more of that than any others, which is
interesting.
Really nice. Yeah, I like that. So I may do another one, a sequel, if you will, but I'm not sure because right now I'm working with resin. I made this jar.
Ooh,
yeah,
very cool. You could put things in it.
I could. Oh wait, the best part is. Well, first I mixed the resin wrong, so it's a little. It shouldn't do this.
I see.
But that's okay. But if I did it right, it's got it fits.
Could put things in the jar and then cover it.
I could.
Just don't squish it.
If it wasn't sticky with resin. My favorite ones that I gotta figure out a color thing for is this little case that has a lid.
Huh? Like a little casket.
Yeah.
Now it's on the ground.
And then the best part, I think I can charge this with the UV light real fast. It doesn't show. It glows in the dark.
Nice.
Come on. Here's my UV light. See?
Okay. Yeah. I see.
Yeah, it's just bright white. So I'm playing around with glow in the dark powder and all kinds of stuff to see what I can do.
Cool.
So, but today is actually a pretty big day. Kids have their prom tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, it's in New Hampshire or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But they take a bus
Oh, cool.
instead of limos. And I thought, well, all the limo companies around here must be pissed off, but whatever.
There's more than enough other schools that are using limo services. So
That's true. That's true. I do like the idea of the limo service. That way nobody can be, nothing bad can happen to people that normally happen when you go to a hotel.
yeah, I agree.
There's a lot of dumb people around. So
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like your kids are they're smart and they don't.
yeah,
I
but
mean, they're still kids, but they're smart kids at least.
yeah, I wouldn't blame them if they tried something. You know, they're 18 now, so like,
Yeah, no, I get it, man. I get it.
But
My
they're
niece
good.
is almost she'll be 17 and she went to her junior prom
Nice.
a couple months ago, about like a month ago, which
Yeah.
went down and shot photos for her and stuff. And
Oh, nice.
but like her and her boyfriend just like wanted to come back to the house afterwards and just like watch a movie and eat popcorn.
Yeah, it's different.
So I'm
Which
like,
is
that's
nice.
cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Also, in 1985, on this day, I went on a date.
Ooh, a date.
I went on a date, and I think it was for 2:30. I'm trying to find the newspaper to double check the times, but I believe the first date I had with the person that would be my wife was this day 41 years ago.
Crazy.
And we went to see Fletch, and the only problem with this whole story is Chevy Chase. Other than that, it's good.
Seems like a
good.
pretty fair. I mean, I'll take that one Chevy Chase for a lifetime of love.
Yeah, and then, we watched all of Community a bunch of times, so there's some more Chevy Chase. But they were making fun of him half the time, so that was fine.
Offsets.
But yeah, it's also my father's birthday, but I don't care about that because when I said, hey, I got a date, I'm going out on a date tomorrow, my mom said, on your father's birthday? Like,
Yeah. That's, yep, yeah.
you're fucking right. I want to touch boobs, not sing happy birthday. Jesus Christ.
Agreed. Boobs are sweet.
Anyway, so, yeah, that's the day. Very important day for me.
Cool.
So let's talk about Luther the Geek, because that fits.
I do have a quick plug. I can plug.
Good.
So I've got a newish YouTube channel, which I just started promoting. So I do most of, if not all of the videos for Bridge 9 Records. I film all their shows for them, and I film their podcast for them, and some other stuff. So we have a YouTube page, which is B9HQ. And it's a page that's dedicated for the events and concerts and shows and things that they do in the Bridge 9 warehouse space. It's a warehouse space, but they do shows. We screened. You were there. We screened the.
No, it's a good size place.
Don't Forget to Leave there, which I have a whole other Don't Forget to Leave story that I can't talk about yet. Which, if you're waiting to see it, I apologize, but everything just is fucking difficult.
Of course.
Anyway, but yeah, so I do most of, if not all of their video content for them, and edit all the all of the live performances, and then I also shoot. I don't edit the podcast, but I shoot the podcast and like set it up and stuff. So B9HQ. I just posted the Outspoken and How Much Art live sets in full. Multiple angle pro audio, and then we have 2 episodes of the podcast out, which is the first one is Pat Flynn, who is the singer in Half Heart. He's also the singer in Fiddlehead and How Much Art. The other one is John Coyle, lead singer of Outspoken. Outspoken, seminal early 90s hardcore band from Southern California.
Nice.
Who put on, if you watch the set, they put on an incredible set when they played there about a month ago.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, B9HQ, check that out.
Nice.
Now we can talk about Luther the Geek.
All right.
Let's see. Do I have a trailer? Is there a trailer on? There isn't a trailer on. I'm sure there is one. There isn't one on IMDb. I like when IMDb has the trailer and I can just play it from there.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. I'm actually really curious as to what a trailer for this would entail. Luther the Geek trailer.
Don't waste too much time.
All right. Okay, here's one.
Throughout America in the early 20th century, circus carnivals crisscrossed the continental United States. carny barkers hawked and baited a curious public to come see the sideshow freaks. But of all the bizarre acts, the strangest was the geek. The geek was a man so down on his luck he'd do anything for a drink. But to earn that shot of cheap whiskey, he had to bite the head off a live chicken and drink its blood.
Do we want to let this Watts character back out in the real world?
Yes, I think we do.
Who is Luther Watts?
Paroled killer. There's a 2-state alarm out for his arrest.
Coming through, people! Move! Back up! Back up! Come on, back up!
You know what the guards used to call old Luther? The geek. Because he liked to bite his victims on the neck and watch them bleed to death.
That's right, you kill him! You just kill that son of a daddy!
Should have hung the bastard when they had the chance.
All right, chicken man. Colonel Sanders wants to fry your ass.
Luther is the story of a different kind of geek.
Okay. Oh yeah, all right. Man, this is a fucking bizarre flick. Luther the Geek, written and directed by Carlton J. Albright. He also worked on The Children. He wrote The Children and was a producer on it. And he hasn't done much else. Something called Dreams Come True. He was a producer.
Okay.
All right. Luther the Geek. I always thought it was Greek
That would be better.
for whatever reason, but it's not. This is 1989. It was distributed by Troma. So this was one of those Troma VHSs that was always out there. Edward Terry plays the geek. And everybody else is just kind of there.
Yeah.
So, psychotic killer convicted of multiple murders is released on parole after spending 20 years in prison. His psychosis immediately takes over and he goes on a killing spree.
Yeah, immediately takes over. It never went away.
It never went away.
This in 1989, this is, I think, trying to comment on the Democratic Party possibly being soft on crime and letting any murderer out of jail, which is what was claimed. But, I mean, come on.
Yeah, so the
We gonna
film...
believe Republicans these days?
I know, right? So the film starts with that explanation of the sideshow, the carnival, and the geek. And there's then a scene where this whole what looks like a raving mob with pitchforks and torches.
No. I checked. Just torches.
Just torches, no pitchforks. Okay.
I made sure. I'm like, wow, their whole fucking budget went to goddamn torches. Not a single person has a pitchfork. It was kind of obvious.
It was bizarre. Either way.
Oh,
And they
Fletch, I found it. I found it. So playing at because I don't give a shit about this movie. The movie theater that's now a bookstore. There was the General Cinema, which was the first theater I worked in, was showing Witness, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and Fletch. And Fletch played at 1 and 3:15. And I know we went during the day because I remember the sun was out. I think it was 1 o'clock. And then we went to the arcade up at North Shore.
Ooh.
All right, I gotta save that so I remember. 599-1310. There's no area code on this phone number.
No, remember you didn't have to know what your area code was.
That's how old it is.
Crazy.
I love
Anyway,
finding stuff that doesn't have UPC codes on it.
all right, let's get back to this movie so we can be done with it.
Look at you being a professional over there.
No, I want to do it so we can be done with it.
Okay, that's fair.
So it opens with this raving mob with torches, only torches, as Chris said. And they like bust into this barn, and there's a guy in a cage in there, and he's the geek. And the geek bites the head off of a live chicken. So they get this chicken, they hand him the chicken, and they're screaming at him, and they're like, "Geek, get it, geek, eat it, geek." They say the word geek 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And they're like in a frenzy, and they're screaming, and they're yelling at him, and they're telling him to bite the head off the chicken. He like makes like a show of it where he grabs the chicken and he like puts the head in his mouth, and then he like slowly waits, and then he bites the head off it. And the thing that like frustrated me immediately was how they were so amped up. And as soon as he actually did it, they were like horrified by it.
I like that. I actually really liked that because it's one of those, yeah, we want this. We want this. No, we don't want that. Oh my God. It's so much worse than I thought.
But it's your fault because you brought it to him.
It's sort of like when I wrote in one of my last emails to my father, who got onto the email chain and started trying to tell me what to do. Shit, I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. So, like, I'm like, all right, you want me to talk? I'll start talking. How about when you did this? How about when you risked the lives of my wife and unborn children because you thought somebody was going to cut you off? And then he took his I take back the I want to talk thing, and basically what he said was, yeah, let's talk. No, not like that, is exactly how it goes. And that's what this is. Like, don't tell me to talk. Don't ask me how I'm doing if you don't want to fucking know.
Right.
We all know by now that I'm autistic, and I will tell you shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you asked. Anyway. I got my review at work. This all ties together. I got my yearly review at work, and I've been there now for 4 years. I have not been written up. I have not been corrected, except for once when I used the term kicked out. Apparently that's a lot worse sounding than I think it is. So I learned a lot. My boss is not one of those that's like, why do you keep fucking up? They're like, she worked in theaters for a little while too. So she understands how backstabby and aggressive everybody can be. And she says, we don't have to be like that here. I'm like, all right, I don't know how to behave then.
That's all I know.
If I'm not watching out for my own back, for my coworkers, who am I? But it was, I don't know what my point is with that, but, oh yeah. So I got my review, right? And like, cause I'm medicated, cause I understand who I am now, not Luther the Geek. I'm not like that, but this is all about figuring out who you are, right? I'm just trying to make it work.
I mean, that's a good effort.
My review was fantastic. The only criticism is I need to follow up on other departments doing things for us, like fixing shit. I need to follow up on that quicker. But that was it. I was so happy with it. I sent it to my wife, and I'm like, look at this.
That's awesome.
I was like, holy shit, that's good. So, yeah. I was just happy with that. I wanted to. Yeah.
Good. I'm happy for you. But proud of you, bud.
I was very happy. Thank you.
Not proud of the filmmakers of this, but still.
No. But with me, it was like every 4 to 6 years, I would get fired because I don't know. I never knew. And it's probably, I figured, because I would start doing the work. I would be all gung-ho for it. I would do what I believe was expected of me. And then after 4 years, I see everybody's doing about 60% of what's expected. So I drop down to 70%. And then they tell me I'm not doing my fair share and they fire me. It's kind of a curse.
Yeah.
But now it's good. It's good.
Well, yeah, it's getting in the right place.
I told my boss, you know what? You don't micromanage me. I know what I need to do week to week. You just make sure I get it done. It's cool. I actually was sitting down and I thought, I don't think I've been this happy or satisfied in a while.
That's amazing.
And it was a lot of work. But the motorcycle helps. I feel like an adult. I feel like I've accomplished something by learning to ride it, buying it. I got the loan. You were one of the references for me, and it didn't even matter. And I thought I was going to die on it, but I'm not going to. And it's great. I love my motorcycle. I've ridden it in the rain to work because I'm making up for lost time. Are we done talking about Luther the Geek yet? Because I can keep
Dude,
going.
we barely even started. We haven't even gotten past the intro yet. I haven't even introduced the Luther character yet.
I know. It's been weeks since we talked about normal stuff anyway. So, all right, go ahead. Go ahead. We're
fair.
introduced to Luther in jail filing some fake teeth.
No, we're introduced to Luther in the opening scene after everyone is horrified by what the geek does. He's a little kid at this point, and he watches this all happen. He's roughed around by the guys in their frenzy, and then he comes in and he tastes the chicken blood. Because they were in a frenzy.
And he gets his teeth knocked out, too,
Yep.
which I guess is the lead-in for his fake teeth. So
Yes.
That's fair.
Because then we're introduced to a lawyer's office or something where there's 5 people, and they're all discussing who should be paroled, who's up for parole in these things. And as you had touched on earlier, it's supposed to basically be like, the liberals are too busy trying to let everybody out of jail.
Yeah.
But it's this really kind of like unintentionally hilarious conversation where this woman's like, I think he should be released. He's been a model prisoner for 20 years. He hasn't done anything wrong while he's in prison. I think we should let him out. And then the other guy goes, well, he murdered 3 people.
Yeah.
And he murdered 3 people. And she's like, yeah, but he's been good in prison. But he murdered 3 people.
Yeah, and 20 years. I mean, it's interesting because we're dropped into the middle of this with almost no context.
None.
Because we've seen Luther as a kid and then not yet as an adult, I think, at this point. And, like, people do pay their debt to society and are released if they've murdered someone. It's not unheard of. People can be rehabilitated. She was right.
Correct.
Saying
Correct.
Our job isn't to punish, it's to rehabilitate people. And the arguments were there. It just wasn't very deep.
No. And then they take a vote and it goes 3-2 to release him. And then we are introduced to adult Luther through a scene where we see him filing his metal teeth into points. Now they talk about how he was rehabilitated, and like immediately upon being introduced to adult Luther, this dude wasn't rehabilitated. There's no, like, he doesn't speak. He talks like a chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, and they don't do that until about halfway through, do they?
Yeah, there's no, like, it's just bizarre because we're when we're introduced to him, he's stealing a jacket from a guy that's working, and he's like a mechanic or whatever, and like he sneaks in, or doesn't even sneak in, he just like walks in, takes the guy's jacket and leaves.
Stares him down too.
Gives him a weird, creepy stare.
Regardless of what else I say about this movie or the characters, the guy that played Luther really did commit to the role.
He did.
I gotta give him that. He's got a crazy-eyed look. The fake teeth in his mouth make his closed mouth look weird.
Yeah.
But they're fake teeth. So like, obviously he made them himself, so they're not going to fit great. So that's fine. There's other parts of the movie that I had more of a problem with, but he, without a committed actor, like just going for it, this would have failed so hard from the beginning.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that.
I was impressed with his commitment, and just that's all.
Right. So he then, after stealing the jacket, goes into the local Kroger's supermarket, and I'm sure they were really glad to have their name included in this.
Yeah.
And he just goes to the egg aisle. Well, first he steals a pair of sunglasses and puts them on.
Yes.
And then he goes to the egg aisle and just opens up a carton of eggs and starts breaking off the top of the eggs and drinking them raw.
Like a cigar.
Yep.
Bites the tip off the egg, spits it on the floor, and just drinks it. And I'm like,
right in front of a kid stocking the shelves.
that's commitment. Yeah. And the kid just slowly backs away.
I love that. I loved it.
It's what you're supposed to do. Don't confront the maniac eating eggs. I mean, this is not like Clerks is child's play compared to what's going on in this store.
The look on the kid's face
He's not
is
checking the
priceless.
milk. Oh my God, yeah.
And then he goes, he gets the manager. The manager comes over and he's like, "Sir, are you going to pay for those?" And then like Luther gives him the stare. And then this dude's like, "All right, dude, hey man, can you just leave?
Yeah.
Can you just get out of here? Can you just go?"
Yeah, because looking at him,
There's something wrong.
it's not. The words they don't matter to him.
Yeah.
No matter
But he's
what
been
you say.
rehabilitated.
Yeah.
He's been rehabilitated. So he goes outside and he sits down on a bench next to this old lady who was really a lady, like that was probably like in her 20s, dressed to look like an old lady.
Yeah, it was a very obvious grandma wig that's probably been used in 6 or 7 other movies.
Most likely.
But she didn't have to act old for long. I'll give
No.
her that.
Yeah, within moments, like he offers her a raw egg
Yeah.
and she kindly says, "No, thank you."
No, she takes it.
Oh, she does take. Oh, yeah, she does. She does.
And it drops when he hands it to her, which seems like his fault, honestly. You don't anybody that has kids, you got to explain to them, don't let go till the other person's holding on to it.
Mm.
I'm sure you've run into that. I
Oh, yeah.
definitely have.
For sure.
He never learned that.
Nope.
And then he gets mad at her.
And what does he do?
He tries to bite her head off, but he can't, so he just starts gnawing through her neck.
Yep. That's his MO. That's his MO.
And I don't understand. I mean, the geek was the inception point for him. But did he live the life of a geek? Is the chewing on people's necks, like, I don't see the connection.
The only thing that they said was when they were doing the parole thing was that they call him the geek because when he murdered his victims, he bit them on the neck and then drank their blood.
Yeah, that's
And he talks like a chicken, but we don't know that yet.
right. So immediately everybody's thinking, yeah, why is he not a vampire? I mean,
Because they couldn't afford to film at night.
yeah, but he's just pretending.
Whatever.
Okay, fair. I'm not going to argue this one. I got nothing.
Here's an answer for you. Whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he kills this old lady in broad daylight on the bench in front of the Kroger's.
Oh, yeah, the bus stop. Yeah.
Nobody seems to notice right away.
Not right away. No.
And he just like gets up and leaves covered in blood.
Yep.
Then people notice that there's a dead woman on the bench and they all gather. And one of the women from inside the store who was shopping was like, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" And she sees what's going on and then leaves. Because,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need to be a part of this. I already got 2 priors, is what she said.
yeah, pretty much. My last day on the job.
Yeah.
So Luther hides in the back seat of her car. She drives home. And of course, she lives on like a farm that's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
That was lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, it was in the screenplay.
That's true. That's
So,
true. But I'm trying to suspend disbelief that it was actually a written thing.
oh, you know.
It's not working.
So she goes back to the house. And then Luther hides in the chicken coop, eats the heads off a couple chickens. And then she sees Luther and he comes running to the house to try to get into the house. And she holds him off at first, but of course he's able to get in eventually. And he ties her up and is going to do unsavory things to her.
Yeah, he was initially going to shoot her with the shotgun that she took off the shelf.
Yep.
I'm kind of glad the way things went because I really wanted to see what happened in this one and I didn't want to have to stop watching it. So when she's on the ground and he's taking the shotgun away from her, he like does the whole lift the dress thing. You see she's got light blue underwear on and then he pulls the trigger. So he was never gonna assault her sexually. It seems that's not,
At least not in that moment.
part of his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't show that at all, does he?
I mean, the looking, I think, is what showed it. But
Yeah.
then when he pulls the trigger and the gun doesn't go off, he has to reevaluate.
Yeah, yeah, and it's difficult at this point to know what we're dealing with. Like,
Well, I'm thinking
he
it
knows,
has to.
he knows how to use a gun,
Yeah,
but
it's supposed to show he has other intentions because his MO is to bite their neck and let them bleed out, and he doesn't do that with her.
maybe because it's a chicken farm,
Maybe
and she can maintain it. I don't know.
I think that's a stretch.
It's the best I can do.
It's a good try. Again, it's a good try. But so he ties her up to the bed, and then he hears people outside, and it ends up being her daughter and her boyfriend home from college.
Yeah.
And so he has to hide. He ties her up and like gags her and stuff, and then the
Face down, spread on the bed. Yeah.
yeah. And so then the daughter comes in, and she just assumes that the mother's in there because she's unconscious and
Right.
in the other room, and so she fools
So
around.
what do you do? What do you do in that case if you know your mother's home, but you can't find her? My guess is bone down.
Well, that's what these guys do.
Yep,
Yep.
because that's the right thing. Spray them with whipped cream, join them in the shower, and then bone.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they're in the kitchen, and like Rob's like, I'm gonna get a drink, or didn't he say that? Or I think he said, yeah, I'm gonna get a drink, or I'm gonna get something to eat, or whatever.
I wasn't listening to him at all. To be
And he
honest.
comes back and just sprays her down with whipped cream.
Yeah, I
It's
have
just
no
the most
problem with that.
random. Like she's fully clothed, and like
Yep.
they're just in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Oh man, Rob, now I'm gonna have to take a shower."
Yep. Successfully achieved that plan.
Yep. So
I-
Luther is hiding in the closet.
Yeah.
These two are in the shower together. Then Luther steals his motorcycle and he chases out, and then she eventually finds the mom.
I love how difficult it was for him to ride it because, yeah, if you don't know what you're doing.
I mean,
that
he's been in
looked
jail for
accurate.
20 years. Not a lot of motorcycle training in the in the clink.
Oh, also what was it? TC 3000 or whatever. Is that what we watched before with
Oh yeah.
Tybo guy? In the very beginning, they show him let the clutch out on the bike and then shift. I just like, come on. You got to do it the other way around.
Yeah.
It was just a dumb mistake. It was just like, just flip those two scenes and you're fine. But like, people don't know what's going on. But I like that it was shown here that he doesn't know what he's doing,
Right.
but that's purposeful.
But goddamn,
that
he's
was
trying.
He really is trying to get away.
Yeah. So Rob chases him out. She finds the mom, and she just has like the daughter's easily the worst part of this movie because she's just so inept in everything. And
They
there's
hired her.
because she
they
had
hired
nice
her.
tits.
I don't want to sound like a pig, but
I just did.
Yes.
So
yes, I mean she was hired for that shower scene.
Yeah.
She from the waist up, which is all it was, perfect.
she looked incredible.
Yeah.
But she's just so like, the mother has to tell her, go get the scissors to untie me. And then like either way. So
Also, how weak are you that you can't tear a sheet that's been torn already?
I mean, she got hit over the head. She was knocked unconscious. I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to fret on that part of it.
Okay.
But the like lack of urgency that the daughter has in trying to free her
Yeah.
is what really bugged me.
There's a reasonable amount of shock that you can go through, and they do that kind of okay when she's under the bed because she's seen some traumatic shit at that point.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you could in a slower, more like character built thing, you could show that panic situations cause her to freeze. But I'll just guess that.
And it's funny that you say, like a character driven development. This movie literally grinds to a halt. Like at about the midway point where he's chasing Rob, and then he comes back to the house, and there's like this cat and mouse game of Luther trying to catch them, and then like I had multiple points where I checked the runtime, and I was like, how is there 40 minutes left in this movie? And it's only 90 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 62 minutes long.
Yeah, I think it was just under. It was like an hour and 28 or something like that.
Yeah, very short, very reasonable.
And I'm just like, what? Like what? How?
Because everything that's happened up to this point is all of the points that you normally hit before the resolution. So you're waiting for it. You know how the film goes. Oh, okay, he took out the one big problem there, and now it's just the two in the house. He's going to come back, take care of them. No, he doesn't. It takes fucking forever.
Yeah, and then there's the cop that shows up.
Dumbest cop. I mean,
really bad.
Italian movies have smarter cops than this guy.
Really bad.
Yeah,
like
usually
the daughter.
When you have the guy with the gun standing next to the door so the cop can't see him while the daughter talks normally. They manage to give some kind of a message to the cop. Nothing. Might as well have been just drunk on the job. He was terrible.
Yeah, she's like, oh, well, why don't you come in for some coffee? Oh, I'm on duty.
Yeah.
She's like,
he
you sure?
figured it out like 40 minutes later.
No, he didn't know. He didn't figure it out.
I don't know. He came back for the coffee, so like
he literally came back for the coffee.
I don't know.
He didn't figure it out.
All right, I was hoping maybe he did, and he was just like not worried.
Because by then the daughter's dead, and the mother comes down, and she's like, he's in the house, and he's like, what are you talking about? You just told the other daughter about the guy that was the recently released killer.
Yeah.
And now she's like, the killer's in the house. And he's like, what are you talking about?
Who? Yeah. God damn
Just tell me, just show me where he is. He's locked in a bedroom upstairs. That's all you need to say.
That's a good point.
And then there's this cat and mouse game with a cop trying to catch. It's just the second half of this movie. I will say that this movie has got some uniqueness going on in it with the Luther character because it is different.
Yeah.
When he starts talking like a chicken, it is very silly, but in this weird, unsettling sort of way.
Yeah,
and that
helps
works.
that he doesn't speak any English or German or anything else. He just speaks chicken.
And it's bizarre, to say the least. And it is unsettling. But the problem is just the second half of the movie just fucking is so slow. And then it just kind of like, I mean, you get a satisfying ending, I suppose.
It was okay, yeah. Not
but
many
it's just
choices left at that point.
Yeah, its setup was good, but it wasn't like, and they fumbled the ending the second half so badly that it undoes like everything that I thought was enjoyable in the first half.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Yeah.
So let's not argue and let's grade.
All right.
All right, Chris, do you recommend, and what is your grade for Luther the Geek?
I'm going to recommend it because of his performance. He was really just kind of nuts. Like, he had twitches. He was behaving like a rooster. Like, good for you. Good for you. Is this a good movie? Not even a little tiny bit. Do I seriously recommend this to anybody that doesn't listen to the show? No. I'm not even going to show this to my kids as like a funny thing. Partly because one of my kids thinks eggs are hilarious. And I'll never hear the end of it. And I want to hear the end of it after Reverend Scott brings this up for 6 more weeks. So I honestly want to give this movie an F because it just does not sit well with me. I don't like it. But that's the point. I'm going to give it a D+.
Okay.
I'm not happy I watched it, but I'm not totally upset either. I was never really big into trauma, but I've started finding other stuff that's not like Kabuki Man and all that.
Stuff that isn't actually trauma films.
I guess.
Stuff that they just put their name on to release.
Yeah, it's weird that stuff would be better instead of worse, like when A24 does it. I don't know. It was a well-made film, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much kind of right there with you in the sense of I can recommend it to our hardcore listeners that want to see something different in a slasher, but I mean, your normal everyday public, this is just, you're going to be annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it slows down in the second half, you're going to be annoyed and then bored. So,
Yeah.
take that for what it's worth. I think it has a place. It is a weird cult oddity for sure. The killer is definitely interesting in that it's different. You can get past the silliness of it and actually kind of get into that headspace of the like unsettling idea of what the character is, thinking and doing. Yeah, you can get there. I mean, it's cheaply made, obviously, but they did the best with what they could. So I can't be too harsh on it. I just the writing and the pacing on the tail end really just undoes everything for it. So you said D+?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. D+ sounds fair. Sounds fair.
Okay.
All right then.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Frozen Scream from 1975, which, as I had said, we did cover way, way back in one of the first years we did December Nasties. It was inexplicably on that list for some reason, and I vaguely remember saying that at the time when we covered it, because we did the full list, even the ones that were eventually removed. And I think this is one that was removed, but it was on that original list for some reason.
Yeah, because I can't at this point remember too much about it that would have had it on there, except maybe the whole subject matter. That's it. It wasn't above and beyond anything else, was it?
No, I'm not really. Let's see. Is there anything in the trivia about it? No, I think it just said it was there. Trivia. One of the original 72 video nasties was never banned but prosecuted. It was banned but never prosecuted.
Oh, okay.
Renee Harmon, Lynn Yeaman, Wolf Muser. So, written by Doug Farron and a couple other guys. Frank Roach was the director. He only did one other flick other than this, and I've never heard of it. So, Frozen Scream is the story of, I guess, two pseudo mad scientists who are using things to control dead people that are not really dead.
Yeah.
Sort of zombies, but sort of not. And they need to be kept in a cold locker, apparently. This movie is so bizarre in like the way it's presented to you.
Yeah.
The decisions that were made in the directing, editing, like all of it is just bizarre. You're watching the film and you learn of this guy, Tom, who gets killed by these two hooded figures. There's also a woman that gets killed, or two people that get killed at the beginning by a character who we see again later in the film and then disappears and is never seen again. Carrying it, and then one of them with a messed up face is carrying a dead body into the basement of a place. And the shot of that should set the tone for the entire thing, because there's a point where he's wearing this like black cloak with a hood. He's carrying this dead body into this building, and you can see somebody riding their bicycle and somebody walking their dog in the background. Nobody, for the worse, waited till they had a clean shot, or then punched in to make sure that they got the guy walking his dog out of frame.
Yeah.
It's fucking
there's
just
a lot of stuff you can do in post.
Yeah. So we get that. We then learn this guy, Tom, gets killed by these guys or whatever. And then out of nowhere, we have the two doctors talking. And then we get this voiceover from the lead detective character.
Yep.
And this comes and goes many times throughout the film, where they've just placed this guy doing this like editorial narrative, not eulogy, over everything.
Yeah.
But they don't really lower the volume of the people talking in the background. They just throw him over it.
Yep.
And it just
I
comes
will say
into
that audio actually is recorded pretty well. So
it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
So good
but
job.
the issue is that like you now have two scenes essentially happening at the same time layered on top of each other.
Yeah.
And at first I was just kind of like, what am I supposed to be listening to? Because they didn't lower the volume on the main scene and the scene wasn't over yet.
Yeah.
But then this guy's talking over it about how he's, Anne, I used to love Anne and Anne used to love me, but then Anne didn't love me anymore and now she loves Tom, but Tom's dead, so maybe Anne will love me again.
Yeah. They basically didn't have any faith in the script to convey what they were trying to do, so they added that in.
I can't imagine why.
It's the studio panic from Blade Runner and Brazil, probably. It's, oh no, what are we going to do? This doesn't make sense to one person that watched it. It's fundamentally changed the entire film. Okay. Let's throw that voiceover on it.
Yeah. So, I guess, so Anne's the wife of Tom, and she ends up in the hospital for reasons. They don't really explain it. She apparently came home. I gathered she came home and found Tom dead, and that put her in the hospital because of mental health issues. Is what I. It's never said, and it's also never told how long like it's been, because they start bringing the detective in to try to win her back right after her husband was murdered.
Yeah, that's tacky. Don't do that.
Yeah. So they're the two mad doctors are professors at a college for people when they're 50s. Because everybody that's in the college looks like they're like 3 times their age. They're apparently also got this weird pseudo cult thing going. What was it? Immortality and love.
Oh, yeah.
When they do the flashback scene, we know it's a flashback scene because Tom is still alive. But for some reason, they do the flashback scene with the detective talking over it, who would have had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, of course. I don't see any problem.
And there's a priest apparently also who is involved in some way. But they also then have these like microchips implanted behind their ears if they're under the control. And then for some reason, Anne has a live-in nurse, despite the fact that she's obviously like a healthy 30-something-year-old woman.
Yeah. Of course.
Like her nurse, Cassie, is there, who is very cold, if you didn't know. Frozen scream.
Yeah.
Right?
Surprise.
Because she has a microchip behind her ear. And these aren't exactly like hidden.
No.
It's like if somebody taped like a... Yeah, it's like if somebody taped a AA battery to the side of your neck.
Yeah.
But so between the voiceover drowning out the dialogue.
Yep.
And just like weird stuff. And what made me remember that we had covered this before, because it took me till we got to the party scene and the band started playing that Bill Haley Rock Around the Clock ripoff of Jack Around the Shack Tonight.
Yeah.
I remember us talking about that.
Okay.
And about how they didn't want to pay for the real song. So they just made up a song using the same cadence, the same rhythm, the same melody. We're going to jack around the shack tonight. We're going to jack around the shack. We're going to jack around the shack. There's got some clips for next week.
Yeah. I mean, it's no shimmy slide or whatever, but
yeah, the shimmy slide.
Yeah, I showed my kids that one.
They deserved it. Which version did you show them?
I just showed them the song.
Oh, the song, okay. Because there's that fucking Vinegar Syndrome one that's got 3 different versions of it. Road to Revenge, Champagne and Bullets, and then Get Even.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Champagne and Bullets.
So that scene where I guess Anne is trying to sneak in to prove that Tom's alive. And also, I guess, something. This movie is so bad.
This is the most pretentious thing we've watched all year.
I don't even think you can even consider it pretentious because it's made so poorly.
The way they're well, that's the thing too. They think that they're doing some astrologer kind of fucking philosophical stuff, and all they're doing is just like spouting out non sequiturs and half a parable, and like it's like nobody gives a shit about you and your whole idea that this is how life should be. For you, don't force it on everybody else. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the score is just like, ugh.
The constant babbling in very thick accents with this psychobabble stuff was just, no. It just bored me to death. And then I had to watch it again because I remember shit about it.
Yeah. Its biggest issue, I mean, plays in with what you're saying, is they present you with this scenario that is just, and like narrative that is just so complex that they bring in a voiceover to try to explain it. But the problem is the voiceover doesn't explain it.
No,
it just talks about how Anne used to be his fiance and now she's not, and he wants her back. And there's also some weird stuff going on.
Yeah. At the most, it delivers a little bit of character development. That's it. Maybe
a little
some
bit,
motive, but nothing past that.
And even the way this film ends is just like frustrating.
I do not remember how it ended. I'm gonna be completely honest.
We'll blow it here because nobody should watch this. The ending is basically they get Anne somehow. We don't see it happen, but they do. They get her. And then the cop gets hit by a car. And the cop wakes up in the hospital, and then Anne and the other person's there, and it's the whole like, oh no, everyone's now going to be frozen screen.
Right. Yep. They pulled it's an Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Thing.
Yeah.
But not awesome. It's just kind of quiet.
We're gonna jack around the shack tonight.
Yeah.
That party scene is so 1970s though. That's actually somewhat like I got a kick out of that because the song is so blatantly like bordering on actionable, like and then like the band playing is just like bobbing along and like they're so into it. And the best part is there's a drummer there and he is drumming away and there's no drums in any of the music.
Of course not.
Or they're so low in the mix that you can't hear them.
Well, I heard they unplugged his drums.
They did.
Yeah.
They had to have. And like the first song, the drummer's drumming away and there's guitar players going and all it is a piano and vocals.
Yeah.
We're going to jack around the shack tonight.
I would be so embarrassed if I was told, okay, it's going to be this song and they play that while you're recording and you're like, I nailed that. That's fucking awesome. And then they put in a disco song instead of like a 50s pop song. It's all wrong.
I have to say that like, well, actually, no, I'll save it for, let's grade.
Okay.
All right, Chris, do you recommend and what is your grade for Frozen Scream?
I think in a first for the show, I'm going to do a double no.
A double no.
On this one, it gets 2 no's. No. This isn't worth anybody's time. Champagne and Bullets is a much better made movie, so that should give you an idea of where we are. I watched this. None of it stuck in my head, so I had to watch it again.
Oof.
And it didn't stick in my head then either, and I was trying, and that really pissed me off. So, this is going to get a D-.
As close to an F as possible.
Yeah, it was pretentious. It was a bunch of different ideas like thrown into this one story, and it tried to be profound, and there was absolutely no way it could be. It just totally missed the mark everywhere.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So, obviously I'm not going to recommend it, but I will say this, your normal everyday movie going public, no, steer as clear and as far away as possible. but I figure there's probably about 15 to 20 of our listeners.
So all of them.
No. Not like it used to be, but it's not that bad.
No, I'm not.
That I think would appreciate how bad this is. And the just complete disregard for normal, sensible filmmaking decisions. Whether it's create an original song, don't just steal one from somebody, or whether it's flesh out your script, don't just dump a friggin' and voiceover narrative to try to explain away what's going on. It's just, the decisions that are just made is so bizarre. It's so bizarre. And I agree with you when you use the pretentious word, but it thinks it's pretentious. It's not, though. It's really just dumb.
It thinks it's revolutionary in its thinking. That's why I think it's pretentious. Right. They really do believe in this immortality thing. I think that the writer really believed in the immortality thing.
Maybe.
And they were trying to sell it because a lot of movies we know can be used as propaganda.
True. It's true. I'm giving it a D minus also. The fact that we covered this when we did the Video Nasties back when I put way more effort into like my reviews for the show. I would take notes, and like the fact that I didn't remember that we had even covered it until it got to the Jack Around the Shack song.
Yeah.
And I then looked it up. I just Googled Jack Around the Shack because I'm where have I heard this before? And then I was like, oh shit, this was on the Video Nasties list. We've covered this before. It's so forgettable.
Felt familiar, but not enough for me to think. I thought basically I had watched something like it that this was ripping off.
Well, you thought wrong, dude.
I know.
So yeah, D minus and a D minus.
Yeah.
And a no, and hey, you might like it. No, you won't even like it. You just need to see it out of a bizarre curiosity.
Yeah. Yeah, like 20 minutes a day. It's fine. You'll be done in 3 days.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can do that. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Joe's back. I believe The Miz is making his triumphant, should not return, but making his debut as the Marine this week. Let's see.
Well, hello, Bill. Hello, Chris, and hello, OTC Nation. It's your boy Joe here, and this week Bill took me to rural-ass Washington. So he made me watch The Marine 3, Homefront. I'm not going to bury the lead. I get now why everyone else was the Marine only once, and The Miz did it 4 times. It was previously, if I can quote Wallace Shawn, inconceivable to me that someone could somehow pull this off, much less pull it off well enough that anyone wanted more of it. And yet, here I sit before you all, a humbled man and retired heel manager. Can I see him portraying a cowardly, bitter, conniving heel who both succeeds and fails on the basis of those adjectives? Of course, I've been watching him do it for a little over 20 years. Can I see him being a guy who somehow manages to marry a woman who is not only out of his league, but who is so far out of his league, it's like the difference between WrestleMania 3 and the show I worked in Fort Wayne, Indiana back in 2016, in a VFW, obviously, that was so poorly promoted that there were more people in the locker room than the audience?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's right there for all of us to see. I mean, I can't imagine there's a lot of goofy-looking fucks from Ohio with more white trash jeans than a Five Below in Mudlick, Kentucky, who married French-Canadian former Hawaiian tropic beauty pageant winners and Playboy models.
That was
Before
specific.
today, could I see him playing a stalwart babyface action movie hero? Obviously not, or I'd have had to think of something else to talk about up top. Before today, I'd have told you that Michael Cole would make a more convincing action man movie guy. But fuck me, right? I was wrong. And I'm not so big that I can't put that out there. I was wrong.
It's okay
Now,
to be wrong.
does that mean that this movie was good? and that you should watch this hidden gem, previously only watched mostly by mark-ass marks that think if you buy all the merch at the Wrestler Senpai's table that they will notice them? No. No, it does not. But it was not bad, and surprisingly so.
Oh.
They were smart enough to make the Mrs. Marine, for lack of a better term, white trash. White trash.
White.
Probably based on his features, and maybe because someone met his parents, but a very specific kind of white trash. It's the non-Southern, less stereotyped, more grounded in reality white trash that isn't as regional as like a Hillbilly Jim or the Moondogs, if you're a 70s wrestling fan like me, or even the Heels from Deliverance. He's just a working-class schmuck from a small town in the Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
It's mostly realistic, and that's something you don't expect from a WWE film. Maybe white trash is a bit stiff. Let's call it white responsible refuse management.
Yeah, that works.
After a nearly insufferable montage during the opening credits, where The Miz does his very best, like, earnest guy voice, where he explains that I'm just a regular guy from a small town in Washington where the only work is the lumber mill. And I felt the pull to serve my country, and it made me better than I could have ever been otherwise. And other, flimsy, masturbatory, patriotic fluff. Then we get another montage. Although at least this one is somewhat interesting because while we do sit through The Miz, sitting on a bus, going home, looking all pensive out the window, all broody and tough, the other shots are displays of the beauty of rural Washington. It gives a viewer a feel for the locale. And at least for me, I'm a nature guy. I love nature. I'll never not be interested if you're showing me nature. Also in a movie, make the setting a character. There was one carryover, however, from the second Marine to the third. The bad guy isn't really the bad guy. So much so, in fact, that they obviously shoehorned in some needless and heinous acts of violence, seemingly so most of the audience wouldn't kind of realize it halfway through and root for the heel. Notable, steely-eyed character actor Neil McDonough plays the baddie who wants to blow up a meeting of over 20 CEOs who are all doing all sorts of corporate stuff that's fucking over the common man.
So he's the good.
And I'm sorry, even in 2013, long before the United Healthcare CEO found out, megacorps were already balls deep in fucking around. And I don't know. I'm just over here minding my own business. You blow up who you want to blow up.
Yeah, just not me.
But, messy things usually get messy, and they end up taking the Mrs. sister and her flea market Milo Ventimiglia lookalike boyfriend hostage. I'm not sure if I pronounced that guy's last name right. That Milo guy, the Italian actor.
Close enough.
He's real good. Miz, who up until now was actually kind of a tweener heel of the piece, he was real judgy with everybody, he takes exception to his sister getting kidnapped. And then the whole rest of the movie, and I mean the whole rest of the movie, is just a lot of incredibly unrealistic, standard action movie tropes, but not in a bad way. I realize it sounds like I didn't like this. I actually kind of liked it. I didn't love it. It was all right. Those tropes include his first night back at the hometown bar, the drunk townie starts a fight, that the hero ends quickly and mostly reasonably, and then everyone acts like he's the asshole.
Yeah.
The town sheriff is childhood friends with our hero, but damn it, Miz, I've got a job to do. And if childhood friendship is as if childhood friendship is a reasonable excuse for not enforcing statutes. This one is actually pretty realistic. There's an egotistical FBI agent who leads his team into a slaughter, takes none of the blame, and suffers no consequences.
That sounds about right.
The bad guys are presented as well-trained, competent, experienced shooter boys. But then they all have the aim of a half-drunk toddler with deformed hands.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's at least a half dozen other things that you have all seen in C-tier action movies multiple times. At the end of the day, this feels like a modern version of like an old AIP action movie from the 80s. And I actually mean that in a good way. Was it perfect? Far from it. Would it be better if it was made in 1985 and set in Hawaii or Florida or California and directed by Andy Sedaris? You betcha there, bud. Here's the thing. The good. As much as it pains me to say this, and it does, The Miz understood the assignment. Body language, action beats. He's a decent actor. It was really genuinely surprising. Like, Cena crawled so that Miz could run, man. John Cena has famously said that he didn't want to do the Marine. He was very focused on wrestling at that time and didn't want to do the movie. It was kind of forced upon him. Miz obviously wanted to be here. Oh, and Jared Kiso from Letterkenny is the town sheriff, and that's a guy I never mind seeing on my TV.
Yeah.
The bad. Oh, the lady that plays the Miz's imperiled sister is not only a bad actor, but her voice when she yells makes me want to drive down the road to the Mennonite lumber mill, ask them to heat up the handle end of a horseshoe puller until it is white hot, and just go to town on my eardrums there, Hamish. Like, I do not want to hear in a world that contains that voice.
All right, then.
The Marine 3 was a surprise. I didn't hate it. It's fine. I enjoyed it about as much as the first, although it's less silly. I don't remember what I gave that one, so let's just say they both get a C.
I think that's what you gave.
I looked up the final 3 movies, and it looks like they kind of level up in terms of grandiosity with each one, and I don't know if that's a good thing, but I will find out next week when I come back with the Marine 4. So until then, be good, everyone.
Wow. Is it possible that The Miz is the best actor out of all of the WWE guys?
Oh, I don't know. There's others.
Is that a possibility?
So we'll compare in the end. I think that would be interesting.
I mean, The Rock is probably the best, but
I don't know. I'm
I
liking
remember
what's
who
his
else.
face there. I'm liking John Cena in his more recent stuff. Are we comparing that acting?
Well, there's Batista too.
Yeah. Yeah, who made it into a Blade Runner movie, which is a little, higher up than the Marine.
We'll have to think about it. Anyway, speaking of thinking, here's Scott.
Oh, well, the best actor is Roddy Piper.
Is who?
Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
That's
There was
personal
Frogtown.
bias.
Guess what movie I'm going to review today?
Predator 2.
Don't act like you didn't already talk about it.
I'm going to give my review a D.
It's terrible. Utterly terrible.
That's fair.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. With Reverend Scott. Fist of Golden Monkey.
Apropos of nothing.
Hey there, Bill and Chris. This is Reverend Scott, here to talk Star Wars and play music from the Star Wars so you can't monetize this video in any way whatsoever.
Yeah, so we're off to a great start.
That's right. This week we have The Mandalorian and Grogu, starring contractually obligated Pedro Pascal as the man under the helmet.
Was he though? Was he though?
He was supposed to be.
Starring Brendan Wayne and Lateef Crowder as the Mandalorian, and Pedro Pascal as the voice of the Mandalorian. And look, I get it, the dude's expensive now, so how can I expect a small company like Disney to afford to have him in a whole movie? And he's of course joined by his little Mogwai buddy Grogu.
A baby, he can't speak.
And in a shocking turn of events that no one could have seen coming, the Mandalorian is out here working contracts for the New Republic to track down ex-Empire warlords that are out there being shitbags. At least I assume the guy he was trying to capture at the beginning was really bad, but I never really saw him do anything.
Because he kind of was. Kind of just an annoying douche at that point.
He did try and escape on a mountainside trail that was about as wide as a womp rat and a fucking trio of AT-AT walkers. Mando burns, shoots, and humiliates everyone in his path and gets the bad guy. It's pretty exciting. He turns in the bounty to Colonel Ward, played by the ghost of Sigourney Weaver, and is basically given his old ship back as a reward. And the episode is over.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
I'll take it.
In the next episode, Colonel Ward lets Mando and Grogu know about another bad guy that's so mysterious they don't even know what his face looks like. It's like the silhouette of a Pokemon.
Who's that Pokemon?
I don't know, but we can probably finally get a lead on this guy's whereabouts from the Hutt twins. They're descendants of this guy called Jabba the Hutt. You guys might want to look him up to get some lore.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
But there's no time for that right now because we've traveled to the planet of green gas for a meeting with the Hutt twins, and they promised to give us any info we could ever want if we just do them a favor. Go to this planet where all these neon buildings and Martin Scorsese is running a food truck and it has the most 1920s private PI vibe you can imagine.
There is a large amount of characters in this film wearing fedoras.
The twins have a good buddy running a gladiator ring there, and Rada the Hutt is there too. Here's a fun fact. He's Jabba the Hutt's son. Remember Jabba the Hutt? I was just talking about him a minute ago. Thought I'd mention that just in case you didn't hear Rada mention it 15 times.
He's had a lot of troubles. He's overly violent. He can't control himself. And you can tell that he struggles with it, but doesn't care enough to do anything about it.
Crazy part is Rada doesn't want to leave or be saved. He's kicking ass as a fighter and he's kind of his own dude. And he gets to be his own man, not just Jabba the Hutt's son. Plus, he only has one more fight before he's paid off his debt. I'm sure that'll go well.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Come to find out, this douche named Jono running the fights not only plans on killing Rada in his final fight, but for some reason also tells Mando about it. But he also wants Mando to fight for him, which obviously is a very enticing offer right after you just hear about him saying how he's going to kill his current fighter on purpose. It's a long episode, but Mando helps Rada and they escape after fighting all of the animals that were on the chessboard. And honestly, I kind of like the character of Rada. He has an interesting story. I think there's some intriguing places they can go with someone like him. So anyway, we never really see Rada anymore because in the cliffhanger, the twins take Rada captive. You see, the twins want Rada dead so they can take over Jabba's rule instead of him, and they wanted him back to kill him. Even though they were good buddies with the guy that had Rada captured, and that guy said he was going to kill Rada the next day. So after Mando helps Rada escape, just like the twins wanted him to, they still just capture Rada themselves, and then they don't kill him. I guess they have a good torture plan set up for the next couple 100 years instead. I don't know. And by the way, that Jano guy is actually the warlord Mando was looking for this whole time.
It is just insane.
Yeah.
In the next episode, the twins make helmetless Mando fight a big-ass white snake. So it was nice to see a cameo by Pedro Pascal. And the snake was pretty cool too. And it poisons Mando. So while he's recovering and is unconscious, we get a good Grogu character solo episode in the swamp where he meets an old random alien fisherman guy who helps Grogu hide from a bounty hunter named Embo wearing Raiden's hat. And he has a dog. And then he gives Grogu a cure for the poison. The alien fisherman guy, not the other one. It's quite a convenient guy to meet randomly in the swamp.
Which I love.
Overall, it's a nice change of pace, but after the last episode, it kind of felt strangely paced. And Bill, I blame you for that.
I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry.
In the next episode, Embo returns as the new big bad. It felt a bit odd this late in the season to introduce a new villain, but it is what it is.
And it's fucking annoying.
Yeah, yeah.
This feels like a group of 14-year-olds sat down and just threw their best ideas together.
Okay, just calm down, Chris. It's not that big a deal. Because we get some Babu Fricks helping Grogu here and there, and some fights with some big stop-motion animated robots. And yes, those were stop-motion. Yeah. And I think Sigourney Weaver even knew she was in this movie. At one point, she and some others come back in their big squadron to destroy an entire building after Mando literally killed everyone inside already. so I'm not sure why. But it was explosion.
Boom.
Listen, at the end of the day, this was a pretty decent couple episodes of a season of Mandalorian. They tried pretty hard to fit them all together in a logical way so they were cohesive. I'm just not sure how good of a job they actually did.
It's a lot of ideas put together kind of haphazardly, but kind of with some thought to have a beginning, middle, and end.
Hell, for all I know, Dave Filoni wrote all this stuff for something completely different and just decided to throw Mando and Grogu in it and made it into a movie. But here's the real question.
But did you learn anything from watching the film? The film?
Unfortunately, not really. It's not like anything significant happens to Grogu, but he's still cute, and there's a lot of physical puppets in this, so I can appreciate that. And certainly nothing significant happens to Mando. Definitely not a character arc.
And there's really not a lot given, and he doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot.
Mando spends most of the movie being the 1980s Schwarzenegger of the Star Wars universe. He does get knocked down a few times and knocked out a few times and sick a little bit, but there was never a time that he was knocked out that I was actually fearful. I can't imagine any of the filmmakers thought the audience would be watching him laying there and then finally get back up and feel like...
You almost had me.
I have to mention that even during scenes that would have otherwise been pretty fucking dull, there was one shining light the entire film. Ludwig Göransson's score. Sure, his original theme for the Mandalorian show is iconic by now. But he absolutely cooked for this score. Whether it was Rada's theme, Embo's theme,
A lot like Boba Fett's.
or this absolutely stupendous synth theme. It was the most fresh and unique part of the film, while completely still feeling like Star Wars. And sure, you could have skipped this entire movie completely and missed out on absolutely nothing important to the greater Star Wars canon.
Pointless. There was nothing good. I didn't learn a goddamn thing in this.
And the movie itself might have felt a little bit off at times, like it was a few extra scripts they had laying around that they just pieced together.
But it is just a bunch of different ideas that loosely fit together. Not even like as you watch it, you know, okay, clearly this is just outtakes from other stuff with additional footage filmed for it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was entertaining and flashy and competently done, a great excuse for eating popcorn, and damn did it have some great music. So I'll give The Mandalorian and Grogu, I'll give it a recommend if you have Disney Plus in a few weeks when it inevitably shows up there. So go listen to the soundtrack on YouTube or something, and I give the body double in the little green guy movie a C+. But just because I spent most of my time here bashing Star Wars doesn't mean you guys are off the hook. First, you reviewed Devil's Dynamite, aka...
If you've seen one Godfrey Ho movie, you've seen them all.
That one seemed to make less sense than The Mandalorian and Gizmo. So for the level of confusion it gave you, it gets an A-. And for the review, you know what? That gets an A- as well. Then it was The Mind Snatchers, aka...
You're having a party? Yeah. Thanks for inviting me.
Here's a fun fact. Did you know that that was a stage play first? So I give Mind Snatchers the play an A-, and the movie gets a B-, and the review gets a B+. All right, that's all I got for this week. So until the next streaming-only Helmet Man and his football alien get their own movie, peace and love, guys. Outside the cinema, we have Tact.
Allow me to give you the sex. Roll over. What did I say about the scooching? Ugh. Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Could have been worse. All right, next week, I know we got a couple Patreon picks. I don't remember what they are, but we got them.
Okay.
I'm yawning. I'm sorry. What are those days?
Done. You can yawn.
I know. Stretch it out. Hey, at OTC Bill, at Cthulhu, Spectopia Arts, B9HQ, Hoopla. Hooray.
Yeah. There we go. Covered it all.
We'll be back next week. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.